Hey y'all, I'm Elisa.
And I'm Samantha.
And welcome to Watch for Deer. Hi guys!
Elisa's trying to burn Clinton up.
He's on fire!
He's laying in the tanning bed because coming up, eventually, we're going on a vacation. And he's laying in the tanning bed so he doesn't burn. And I just said, oh, I've got sunblock, and all this stuff. And Elisa's like, well, I don't have sunblock, but I've got aloe packed. And he's like, we're doing preventative care, Elisa.
No, we do aftercare. Where's the fun in that?
Not getting burned's fun.
I don't know. I want that Bahama mom. I want to come back. I want to be a Bahama mama.
Hey, it takes a while. You're going to come back and you're going to be a lobster. If you're just using aloe.
Oh, no, I ain't using nothing.
That brings up something fun.
Okay.
I remember being a kid in the late 80s, early 90s, like a child, single digits still, maybe double digits. But, and laying out with some of the high school girls that lived in my community and laying out with them. And we used motor oil.
Do you remember?
The things.
Listen, do you remember Sun-In?
It's still a thing.
Do they still sell Sun-In?
Yes.
Shut your mouth.
Yes.
I remember my parents would not let me dye my hair. Would not let me go get it dyed. Wouldn't let it get highlighted. Nothing. And I remember I was able to secure some Sun-In. And I would slip it in my pool bag. And I'd go over to Cowboy Lingo. And I'd be like...
Did it work? My hair was always so,
I don't know.
So dark.
I was always... we had well water, so my hair was always red anyways. So...
Well, I feel like motor oil's worse than
Sun-In. Pretty bad. But yeah, I remember. Oh, good times.
Speaking of hair, I have a hair care tip that I learned this week.
What's that?
And apparently everybody knew it except for me. So if you don't know this, then maybe this will help you.
Lay it on me.
Where I got cut on the side of my head, I have a bald spot there now.
Okay.
And it feels like hair is going to grow back in, like it feels, like a prickly.
Yeah.
But there's a bald spot there. And I need to dye my hair. I dye my hair myself because I like it one color. I'm not big on highlights or anything like that. So I like it one color and I go buy my dye. I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, I need to go do that, but I still have like places in my head that hurt. And I don't want to dye my skin right there.
Yeah.
Where it's bald and like if you get dye on your skin, you're just going to dye your skin. And I don't want to do that. And I was like, so I'm going to have kind of all this gray hair. And I have like a birthmark in my front of my hair here, right here. And it's white.
Silver fox.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's what we call her.
So I was telling my friend Jennifer this last night. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to dye my hair because I don't want it to be on my skin, and I got those boo-boos, and they hurt really bad.
The boo-boos hurt so bad.
And she looks at me, she goes, just put Vaseline on it. I'm like, what? She's like, just put Vaseline on the bald spot, Samantha, and then you won't get hair. And then just dye your hair. Life-changing. Life-changing, because when you dye your hair, like you have to scrub your hairline anyways.
Yeah.
She was like, no, you put Vaseline there or chapstick and it doesn't dye your skin. I was like, you need to shut up right now. You've known this and you have she's been gatekeeping this information from me for years. Did you know that?
Unacceptable.
Did you know that?
I did not.
Okay, so ladies, if you box dye your hair and you have maybe a spot of alopecia or a scar in your hair like me, or some reason that that it's bald and it's noticeable on a part of your hair, Vaseline. And then chapstick or Vaseline around your hairline.
There you go, guys. Styling tips with Samantha at Watch for Deer podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So we want to apologize for skipping a few weeks.
I don't want to apologize.
I do. I do.
I ain't apologizing for
She
nothing.
don't need to because she just listens. So it ain't like she does anything. But I want to apologize.
Wasn't my fault. I was here.
Shut up.
I was right here.
I want to apologize.
Waiting at the window. I had my little hands
She
up.
did not.
My little face pressed against the window. And I was like.
She had her little earphones on. Be like, are we doing a podcast today?
Where you at?
No, I'm going to post the picture that I got the other night when I was like, no, I'm too tired. I can't record. It was after a ball game. And you were like, like, thumbs up. She was already in the dang bed. No one
I
was supposed to come over.
I did send
She
you a
was like,
picture of me.
sounds good to me.
I was in the bed. I
Yes,
sent you
she
a
was.
selfie. I was already in the bed.
Yes. You want me to show? I have proof. I have proof.
I was like, hey, Frank, recording
She was
tonight.
like, sounds good to me. So, yes, we need to apologize as a couple.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, we are going to do our darndest to be on top of things, but things are really crazy. It's really busy.
And I got hurt.
In the swing.
I mean,
she got hurt.
I got hurt.
She hasn't
pretty
been
bad,
able to wear
so
her headphones.
This is I
a
finally
hot
got them
minute.
back. They're back on tonight.
Yeah.
But I just got my stitches out the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've had some issues. So I'm not apologizing for that. No, I'm not sorry. We will try to do better.
We will. We will try to do better. And I appreciate you guys for hanging in there and listening and loving us anyway.
No, I do appreciate that.
Because we love you.
So what are you bringing to me today, Lisa, that's just going to drive me crazy?
I got a good one today.
I don't want to hear it.
I got a good one today.
What is it?
Are you ready?
No.
Leslie Diane Marty was born on January 15th of 1963 in Parkersburg, West Virginia. She was the daughter of Mary Buchanan Brown and the late Clark Edward Marty. Angela Kelly, Leslie's sister, described her as spunky.
She's dead now, ain't she?
You just gotta listen to the story.
All right.
She was the most beautiful girl I knew. I wanted to be just like her, Kelly said. She was 7 years older than me, and my mom tells me stories about my sister, telling me to go play in traffic. So I guess
Her mom told her to go play in traffic?
No, her sister.
Oh.
So we got older sister,
Okay,
little sister. No, Kelly's talking about, she was 7 years older than her.
Okay, she was annoying.
And she was annoying like every little sister is. Will always want to be up their butt crack. And, obviously being the older sister, she was like, oh my God, just go play in traffic, So I guess I was the typical little sister, she says. Now, Leslie's mother said that she was fun-loving. She would help anybody with anything. Especially if someone was having a really bad day, she would just sit down and talk with them until they were feeling better about themselves. She loved to help people. Leslie was smart, funny, and she loved her son so much. Leslie loved to sew and boating. She was a very compassionate young woman who would lend a hand to anyone in their time of need. It was July 30th, 1983, in the riverside town of Parkersburg, West Virginia, when 20-year-old Leslie Diane Marty was abducted at gunpoint and never seen again.
Ever?
At the time, she was in a deteriorating relationship with a man named Mark Francis Hanna. The relationship consisted of frequent arguments and domestic violence, which Leslie had grown weary of. She had met and began seeing another man, Dwight Norman, and was ready to end things with Mark. Now, according to court documents, this is what happened. Hannah had spent the night of July 29th of 1983 with Leslie. The following morning, they argued over her plans to go water skiing with Norman in the afternoon. So Norman's the new guy.
Okay.
Leslie had arranged to meet Norman at about noon, but didn't keep the appointment. Instead, at about 1 p.m., she arrived at Norman's Wood County home with Hannah, apparently in the midst of an argument. Before leaving Leslie, Hannah introduced himself to Norman and stated that Leslie was pissed off because he had kidnapped her. Leslie said nothing but appeared upset and later told Norman that she never wanted to see Hannah again. Leslie and Norman returned to Leslie's house at about 6 p.m. The defendant, who's Hannah, subsequently arrived and presented Leslie with flowers and a card of an apology. In the course of the conversation, Leslie was heard to tell Hannah to stay out of my life. She then left with Norman and spent the evening at his home. Now, this is the card that he left, that he gave Leslie. I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
Dearest Leslie, I have had a lot of time to think today about how I feel about you. I realize now that I've been smothering you. I know now that you need room to breathe. Leslie, I still love you. and I want to be yours. And then it's unintelligible. They can't make out what it says. Have your love. I would let you have the freedom you want, and I would let you have whoever friends you want, including Dwight. Please just give me another chance to show you I can love you and you can still have your freedom. I love you with all my heart, and I'm sorry I ruined your afternoon. No matter what you've decided about us, if you would just have a talk with me, I would appreciate it very much. Please call me at the Frontier. Your friend always, Mark. P.S. I would do anything if you would at least talk to me. So this letter to me sounds like he's super controlling. He's like,
what?
He's super.
You think so?
I think he's super controlling. He's smothering her. He's at
with
the
that
point,
letter.
At the point, he's like begging her.
Yeah, how's
like
that
he's
smothering?
He's like, so I feel like he's just from what I gather, like I feel like he's just like,
maybe
you know,
you
let her
know
have,
more than I do. So
let her have her freedom. You know, like he talks about having your freedom, and I'm smothering you, and I'm too much. I feel like he's one of these guys, and I've dated one in high school, and
Jason,
maybe. And I dated one in high school, and they're smothering.
So are you saying that
lot.
he's using reverse psychology? Like, oh, I know I'm smothering you.
No, I'm a lot, but come love me. We'll work it out. We'll get through this.
Okay, because I felt like it was just apologetic. Please talk to me. Let me explain stuff.
I don't get
But here's the
that.
thing. You're coming from a point of view, though, that you know exactly what this turd biscuit did.
Yes.
Now, I, however, do not know what turd biscuit did yet.
Yes.
So I'm just reading it as they have a little issue. Yep. And he wrote this letter, and I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds
nice.
It sounds nice. It sounds sweet. He wants to apologize. He loves her. He wants her back.
Yep, he's willing to, you know, let the reins go a little bit. But
I know what happened.
Works.
I know what happened. He killed her. Debunked. Next story.
She's like, next
story. Next story. Debunked.
Now, at approximately 9 p.m., Hannah kicked in the locked front door of Norman's house and demanded to speak to Leslie. This is Mark. Okay. Yes, Mark Hannah.
Okay.
During the argument, Mark stated he had a contract out on Leslie and Norman, and they were dead meat.
Oh, he had a hit on him?
Leslie retreated to a bedroom and locked the door. The defendant then pulled a pistol from his pocket, pointed it at Norman, and told him to get Leslie to come out into the living room.
See, if they practiced their Second Amendment rights, if Norman and Leslie did, like any good law-abiding United States citizen should,
they'd have shot him right there. I'm like, this is my home, bro.
Bruh. It's bruh.
Bruh.
Been like, oh, you got a pistol? Bruh.
I got a shotgun.
Bruh. Yeah.
I got a shotgun. But, so, he explained the situation to Leslie through the door and told her that she needed to come out. This was Mark telling her, be like, hey, this is what's going on. You need to come out. Like, you need to talk to him. You need to defuse the situation. So Leslie opens the bedroom door, and without speaking, she goes with Mark.
No, girl.
Wearing only a bathing suit and
girl.
leaving behind the rest of her belongings. Now, keep in mind, they had been boating, water skiing with her friend Dwight. Leslie's family and friends have not seen or heard from her since. Extensive efforts by the police to locate her have not been successful.
What year was this?
83.
Okay.
Now, let's jump forward.
I know this story.
Do you?
Yes, it just dawned on me. I know this story.
She got real excited.
Yes, I know this story.
Do you?
Yes, I think I just saw it on the news. Go ahead. Ooh, I got chill bumps. I know what you're talking about. I was going through the news the other day, and I think I saw it. Go ahead. Sorry.
She's like so excited.
Sorry. I figured out what it was.
I swear we need live feed because your face is priceless.
I know. Go ahead.
It's like
Go
Christmas.
Ahead. I know what happened.
November of 2018. 35 years after Leslie Diane Marty was murdered, and 20 years after her killer was convicted and sentenced to life in prison, authorities have recovered her body. City police officers, the Washington County Sheriff's Office, and the FBI located Marty's remains in November 2018 after Mark Hannah revealed he buried her in the former Shell Chemical Employee Park off Washington Boulevard in Belfry.
Maybe I don't know this story. Maybe this isn't the one I saw on the news. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I do, yeah.
Is this that story?
No, the one you're thinking of was in Charleston.
Yeah, it's the guy on his deathbed confessed to killing that girl. And the day he died, is the day they found her.
And her 10-year-old daughter.
Yes, and her 10-year-old daughter.
This is not that story.
I forgot about the daughter,
She was
too.
like, I'm so sad.
God, now we're back to square one. All right, we're back to, I have no idea what's going on
She's
again.
like, I knew it. You don't know it.
No, I don't. Why'd you let me be so happy for so long?
It was just so fun.
I really thought that's what I was like, I heard it on the news.
I'm not a joy stomper.
You're a joy killer.
Not a joy killer. Dental records conclusively identified the skeletal remains as those of the 21-year-old Parkersburg woman last seen when Hannah, her boyfriend, took her from a 29th Street apartment at gunpoint in July of '83. Hannah refused to reveal the location of Marty's remains for over 35 years. I can't imagine knowing my child is missing for 35 years.
That's unimaginable.
I can't. I mean, I just can't. In the spring of 2018, his lawyer contacted the West Virginia television news channel WCHS and said Hannah wanted to do an interview with them and would tell them where her body was. In September, Hannah and his attorney gave the interview. The attorney produced photos of the burial site, a private roadside park in Belfry, and Hannah marked it on a map and explained the exact route that he had taken to get there. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to read you now is literally part of the interview that Hannah done with this news broadcaster.
So this is literally one of those, if I can't have you, nobody will.
Pretty much.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is Hannah. This is Hannah, talking to the news broadcaster, WCHS. Mm-hmm. Well, I have these photos here, okay? She's buried in Belfry, Ohio.
No, she's not.
Yes, she was.
No, Elisa.
Well, I have these photos here, okay? Mm-hmm. She's buried in Belfry, Ohio.
Thank you.
Hannah said. Hannah explained the exact route to find her remains. If you're in downtown Belfry and the bridge going over and you're headed out of town, this is really on the outskirts of town as you're headed out towards Coolville, Ohio. You go down this road. At that time, this was they had a ball field in this general area. And you went down this road, and this was all farmland. Now, this has changed up quite a bit over the years. But if you went down this road as far as you could go, and then if you, say you were in your car, and you went down this road as far as you could go, mm-hmm. and then if you went, as I estimate, probably 30 steps this direction here, mm-hmm. and that's where the body will be located. Mm-hmm. So they had asked Hannah to mark the exact location with a pen on a map that they had brought to the interview. Hannah says, there would have been a cornfield through here. This would have all been a cornfield. This would be right at the edge, and you would have to dig down probably, I estimate, 7 or 8 feet. Mm-hmm. Hannah said the edge as far as you could go is where the remains should be.
Okay. So the worst directions ever.
Literally. He's like, and go down this far and go here. Thankfully, they brought a map, and he was able to draw it out on the map. So
he wasn't just speaking on the phone and saying that because what you were saying was making no sense to me.
It was a sit-down interview. They had photos.
So he's pointing. Okay.
They had photos.
Okay.
And they had brought in a map.
Okay.
And so he literally is saying, you go down this road, and you go down this far. I don't know how, whatever.
I get what you're saying
And
now.
then he marks it.
Okay.
He marks the exact spot.
Either you didn't say that they had a map and pictures, or you did say it, and I was texting on my phone just now because I got a text and wasn't paying any attention. But when I did pick back up, you
were lost.
I was lost.
So hopefully you guys are enjoying the story more than she is.
I'm enjoying it. I just got a text, and I was making sure that Scott's at work, and I was making sure everything was okay.
Oh, blame Scotty. Poor Scott.
Yes, I am.
So based on this interview, the police began digging at the site November 2018. They created a trench about 5 feet deep and 60 to 70 feet long, and then they dug by hand. until they found Marty's skeletal remains. The team had removed several yards of soil, digging 5 to 6 feet deep in a very long area. Excuse me. The excavation began at 7 a.m. and around 1:30 p.m., pieces of a blanket were discovered, and the team began to dig by hand at that point because they knew they were getting close. A near complete set of skeletonized remains was recovered and sent to the Montgomery County, Ohio Coroner's Office. The examination revealed a bathing suit matching the one the victim was last seen wearing, a blanket described by the convicted murderer, and 2 bullets. A forensic dentist made a positive identification that these remains were, in fact, of Leslie D. Marty. Even without finding her body, the authorities were able to convict Hannah in 1985 of kidnapping, abduction, burglary, though the abduction charge was later dismissed. Now, he was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 10 years on the kidnapping charge and 1 to 15 years for the robbery. Harry Dietzler was the Wood County prosecutor at the time, and when the day Hannah would be eligible for parole began to come closer, he offered his services to then prosecutor Michelle Russin to prosecute Hannah for the murder of Marty, who'd been they declared her dead in like 1991. Dietzler says one of our goals, in addition to holding him accountable, was recovering Leslie's remains. Now, Hannah was indicted for murder January 1996, but Wood County Circuit Court Judge George W. Hill dismissed the charge after Hannah's attorney argued it was based on information that was known or should have been known at the time of the original trial and constituted double jeopardy. Hill's ruling was appealed to the West Virginia Supreme Court, with Dietzler arguing the kidnapping occurred at one time and place, while the murder had occurred at another. So it was 2 separate events. So it wouldn't be double jeopardy. The Supreme Court returned the case to Wood County.
It wouldn't be double jeopardy.
Right.
Hold on, I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah, they're trying to argue that it's double jeopardy.
Okay.
Before the trial, Dietzler said he met with Hannah and his attorneys about a plea agreement for a reduced charge of second-degree murder if he would tell us where Leslie's body was located, because he felt Leslie's mother and sister and son deserved that much. Hannah declined initially. He was like, I'm not doing it. He said he was going to win at trial anyway, so he didn't have no reason to settle. But Hannah was then convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life without parole.
Nice.
Asked if a motive for the killing was ever determined, Dietzler said some might suggest jealousy, which we kind of talked about, as Marty was apparently involved with another man. But in his experience, nobody ever really knows the real reason why a person does something like this. Like, what makes a person snap to the point of murder? Afterward, Hannah began writing letters to Dietzler asking information about the case. Dietzler said he replied to the letters saying he no longer represented the state and suggests that Hannah do the right thing and reveal the location of Marty's body. Over the years, Hannah made overtures about providing authorities with the burial site in exchange for a reduced sentence or maybe other considerations. But Marty's family was supportive of the authorities' decision to not make a deal. So at the time, they're like, we are not making a deal with this guy. Like, we're not letting him off the hook. Right. We're standing firm.
So, but if they would have made a deal with him, would he have possibly gotten out of jail earlier, right?
Yeah, he would have been convicted of second-degree murder.
And then he may have gotten out of jail earlier.
And then he could have been, paroled.
And then maybe her family runs into him on the street or something, right? I mean, you can look at it.
Justice ensues.
Maybe look at it at a different way.
So initially, I mean, they were like, no, we are not making a deal. Throw him away. Lock him up. We don't want him.
No, let him out.
But let him out. But they recalled surveillance efforts after Hannah was released on bond on the robbery charge, with investigators hoping he would return to the place that he had buried her remains. So remember, he was brought in on robbery charges. And they're like, okay, well, let's look at it this way. Let's plan. Let's let him off. Maybe he'll go back to the site. Because sometimes killers do that. They want to go back and check the body. You know this.
I know you've taught me. They want to relive it.
They want to relive it. It's it's a kink for them. At one point, a neighbor did tell police that they had seen Hannah digging in the yard of his Williamstown residence, which then prompted investigators to dig up that yard. Nothing was never found. In other instances, officers followed Hannah when he went out to clubs and bars in the area with some undercover officers inside with him in hopes he would maybe say something, get drunk, those jaws start flapping, but nothing ever came of that. So, eventually he did agree, and he let him right to her body. So, but that's the story of sweet little Leslie Marty. So, from Parkersburg, West Virginia. So I got my resources from DignityMemorial.com, where her obituary was. It talked about, who she was as a person. Uncover.com, States of West Virginia Cold Cases, and Casetext.com. So that's that.
Well, all right.
And it's not the story you thought it was.
It's not. I really didn't think. I was like, I know exactly. It's so seldom that I know what you're talking about. And I was so excited. I was like, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know what you're talking about. I feel dumb. I feel stupid.
You didn't have a clue.
All right. Tell them to email you.
Okay. Well, if you guys like the episode, let us know what you think. Email us at watchfordarepodcast@gmail.com. Go like, follow the Facebook page and our Instagram at watchfordarepodcast. Be sure to hit the like and follow button wherever you get your podcast. And please share with your friends because you love us and want to share our lovely voices.
Oh.
So, y'all be safe.
And watch for deer.